fight, it's all alright. Even if we yell, we'll be fine by tonight. 'Cause we can break up, but we will make up like we always do. Even if I say I don't love you, you know it's not true. 'Cause loving's what we do, and I love you.
One basic truth can be used as a foundation for a mountain of lies. And if we dig down deep enough into the mountain of lies and bring out that truth to set it on top of the mountain of lies, the entire mountain of lies will crumble under the weight of that one truth. And there is nothing more devastating to a structure of lies than the revelation of the truth upon which the structure of lies was built. Because the shock waves of the revelation of the truth reverberate and will continue to reverberate throughout the earth for generations to follow, awakening even those people who had no desire to be awakened to the truth. Welcome to the Great Awakening. The credibility of our institutions, constitutional law that governs our great land, our republic, and our ability to regain the trust and the faith of the American people all depends on our ability to restore equal justice under the law by prosecuting those responsible. Blind justice. Will Americans let the coronavirus panic destroy their liberty? This current balance of power in America is unsustainable and will not hold much longer. We just synced past the 245th anniversary of the shot heard round the world, and most Americans were too busy hunkering down and obeying government directives to remember how heavy the price for liberty always is. There is a rumbling right now below our feet, though, and these tremors may well split the earth around us if our elected leadership do not yield to common sense and shared American purpose. This moment in history is opening up before us two paths, one in which we reclaim ourselves the truth that all legitimate power begins with individual consent, and another that deviates sharply from our shared past by giving the state the ultimate authority for determining what rights each one of us may freely call our own. Down the path of freedom, we must take solid steps, for the other path promises to swallow us whole. I have no illusion that American liberty is destined to prevail over this new breed of socialism and government by fiat. Life gives us no certainties, only choices and opportunities.
So it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive.
Fight for your rights. All right, welcome to the show today. It is 4/28, Tuesday, I believe. Yep, Tuesday. Tomorrow will be our live call-in show, Caller's Choice. We're going to do that tomorrow morning, 1 full hour or so, maybe 45 minutes worth. We always got to come on and take a minute to introduce ourselves to everybody for all the new Patriots showing up. And again, we encourage you to subscribe to the channel. I showed you a little intro video there from last night. Went a little longer because I'm sitting here trying to figure out the chatting. I need to save the setting now that I got it all back in order and figured out. Lots of testing going on, everybody. We appreciate your patience, and all four of us have just kind of worked together and figured it all out, and I think we are there. So as far as moving forward with hopefully not too many more issues, I'm still getting, some clipping here and there, just in the machine, not so much like microphone clipping, but just some, and it's just heavy software, lots of monitors, lots of things going on, very high quality cameras jacked in. So anyway, again, never take what we say here to be 100% word, truth, spoon-fed, pathways for you. We try to bring you the truth. We try to follow that narrative. Looking at D-Class, you got sometimes different channels reporting on what people meant, getting out their whiteboards. We don't necessarily do that here. We try to give you what we deem to be truth and the right way, what we see to be truth and what we hold to be the right answers. Folks, we don't have them all. None of us ever do, but we do, and we have assembled a great panel here. And this is the Oath of Four. We're going to introduce everybody like we normally do. We're going to start out with Woodman. Again, fellas, welcome this morning to the Oath of Four. And that just means simply we all took the oath to Constitution, folks. Nothing more devious. I'm not aware of any other oaths these fellow brethren of mine have taken. I mean, to secret societies of sorts or anything of sorts, or what the main objectives are. So we'll keep it there. Woodman, again, who are you? Why are you here? Introduce yourself to the panel real quick, and I'm going to get everything kind of going else around us while you do that.
Yeah, I'm the old guy on the group. I am the Woodman. I'm the old guy. I'm glad they allow me to be here. Paratrooper, back during NOM days, 82nd Airborne, DTOC and Blue Room Guard, such things as that. Enjoyed my time, got away, tried to get away from the military, tried to get away from all this information that everybody, if you dig, you find out. I tried to get away from it. Met these guys at the Legion, and guess what? Yeah, they got me going again. So now I'm activated. I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm glad. We share the truth, people. Full armor of God, and we share the truth. What we deem to prove the truth. No BS around here.
Well, thank you for joining us, Woodman. We are real pleasure to have you on the oath here, you guys. And I know some of you are returning Patriots, and you know Woodman real well. Next up, we got Ben here from the Patriot Hour. Brother, what's going on?
Yeah, no. I was prior Army, Operation OEF, worked in the medical field. Got out, met Mike when we were doing some computer security classes. Like Woodman said, met up him at the local Legion, and we've just been really racking our brains for years and years and years about this crazy thing we call our government, the world we live in. And one of the common bonds that we have, and why we call it the Oath of Four, is because, like Mike said, we all took the oath of the Constitution, and so that is the commonality and the glue that bonds us all together. There's like a brotherhood and a sisterhood of those of us who have taken that oath. And you know what? If you feel need to it, you can go on your own in your own family and take the oath yourself and withhold it. So that's why we're here to preach that, and to pretty much preach it. Like we said, we're not going to lie to you. We may be wrong, but we're always going to be stretching forth towards the truth, and we all work together as a team to accomplish that goal, and you can't go wrong.
Amen, brother. That was Ben. Again, you guys, now every one of these guys here, as far as I know, at some point we all kind of have active channels. So you can click on, if I know Face and Grillin are all over it. So I want to make sure that's put out there. Woodman is going to be actively starting one. Ben's has a few.
I have one. I haven't done it for a while, but I'll
his main
get back
work's
into
here.
it. Definitely.
So,
yeah.
But that's just, I'm just saying. And then Fluid Pour, I know he's got, and again, a lot of his work's over here right now. But I'm just for future reference,
Yes.
you guys. You never know.
This is going to be awesome. We get more information out. And
We're getting attacked daily, right? So, Fluid Pour, go ahead, brother. What is your story, brother?
Hey guys, I'm a 2-branch veteran, Navy first, Army second, and medically retired and just loving life right now. Moved to Florida and just got our house last night, and it feels good to be free out of New York. We're here to spread truth, man. We're here to share it, wake up the masses if we can, and try to encourage everybody to research. Don't take what we say as truth. Do your research.
All right.
And we're going to have fun today.
Yes.
oh yeah.
There you go. So, and then again, I'm Michael. This is the Patriot Hour. You guys, you heard my intro. So, those of you, take a minute to subscribe or take note of all the. I think the mods just said they're getting everybody's and they're going to blast them here and there. So, take note of those. All right, we're going to jump into just a few different articles here this morning. We'll do a little round robin on some different topics here, folks. What is it, Tuesday morning? So much going on. Let me come back to this, and I'll go this way.
Tuesday Trash Talk Day.
Well, Tuesday Trash Talk. Then we're going to do a little bit of Twitter dumpster diving.
A little dumpster diving, a little bit of information gathering via the outside sources.
Information backhaul of sorts.
Backhaul. Nice. I'm liking that, brother.
Make it a little bigger here even. I'm trying, folks, all right? I mean, I really
Oh, yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
Best we can.
Ooh, easing on in there.
There we go.
All right. Pick one, Woodman. What do you see? You know, I mean, can you
It's all
see?
junk, see. All right. Yeah, I see.
Hold on here. Watch this. Let me see here. Does that do anything? Oh, it just. Oh, wow. So.
Yeah, real big. Yeah.
Bombshell. Shocking new audio evidence gives more credibility to sexual assault accusations against Joe Biden. I think we'll.
Oh. We always
4 days ago, but
know that one. Yeah, I think it's been doing for about
4 days
20,
is
30
good.
years.
I like a good seasoned article.
Yeah, article. It's been vetted for at
good
least 72 plus hours.
I mean, 72 hours from this bombshell. And shocking new audio evidence gives more credibility to sexual assault accusations against Joe Biden. So Biden has been accused of violating a former staffer.
Look at him. He's like, I didn't really mean to touch it that much.
Former vice, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we'll get into that
just
here in
a
a
little
minute.
less.
We're going to talk about that accidental touch. Former Vice President Joe Biden has been accused by former staffer Tara Reid of sexual assaulting her while he was a senator back in the 1990s. And shocking new evidence has emerged to further buttress her claims. Reid's mother called into Larry King Live back on CNN and talked about her daughter's experiences with abuse on Capitol Hill. Now, at the time, Reid was living in shame due to the incident and did not like that her mother brought up what happened on cable television. So here's a quote. It looks like, I remember it being an anonymous call and her saying my daughter was sexually harassed and retaliated against and fired. Where can she go for help? I was mortified, Reid told The Intercept. So you get this Chris Huck and this clip here from Larry King Live back in August 11th of 1993. So this is actually put out in the airwaves, folks. Here's a video from the August 11th, 1993 Larry King Live, described by The Intercept, and Tara Reid was allegedly featuring her mother calling in and alluding to Reid's sexual assault claims against then at Joe Biden. Here's an article. So the transcript from then, we'll just look at that. Hello, he calls, hello, I'm wondering what a staffer would do besides go to the press in Washington. My daughter has just left from there, talking about the DC swamp, after working for a prominent senator, or knowing that's Joe Biden, and could not get through with her problems at all. She was probably stonewalled. And then they went back to Joe, you got another staffer coming out. What are we gonna do about this fifth one, dude? Come on now. And he's like, oh, fire. The only thing she could have done worse was go to the press. And she chose not to do it out of respect for him. So in other words, she had a story to tell, but out of respect for the person she worked for, she didn't tell. Call her. That's true. So the appearance of Reed's mother on Larry King Live casts some doubt on the line from Biden's lackeys that no record of the incident existed at the time. Biden's Senate records are also being concealed from public views until years after his political career comes to an end. That's why he stayed in there for 30 years. See, it's like, why don't you get out, dude? Well, because all my
I like that security clearance, brother. I get to classify all kinds of dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
So right here at U Delaware, which house is a collection of Joe Biden's senatorial papers? Just confirmed to me that the papers will remain closed to the public until 2 years after Mr. Biden retires. Oh my. Yeah. So here we go, guys. I mean, Washington, D.C. police have confirmed that they're actively investigating Tara Reade's accusation of sexual assault against then Senator Joe Biden, which the former Senator staffer claims occurred in 1993. This is an active, ongoing investigation, and there's no further details to provide at the time. See, there is no escaping this with the old adage of
nothing.
It's too. I mean, what? Let's go with the Kavanaugh, for example, right, Ben? What do you think on that Kavanaugh alone? I think that was
what they tried with him. God only knows.
Was 83 or 82. So we got to go back another decade on Kavanaugh,
right?
Which was good enough for the old senators. Would that be good enough for a vice P, VP or
VP action
president trying to run? Former VP. I get confused with this guy's life in D.C. because he's done it all.
There's a reason why these guys stay there for 30, 40 years, because the deeds they've done to get to those spots, they have to remain there because, one, we use that simple adage, they sell their soul. It was a swamp when they went in there and a cesspool, but after a while it's turned into their hot tub and nice and cozy and everything's all classified. And let me talk to her because she's a classifier and she can take this and classify it up until I'm out of public life. And then,
put this in the dustbin of
put
secrecy.
This under the rug, put that under that one. And we see that kind of stuff where we, the people, do not ever have them hold them to an accountability. The 1871 Act that takes away our power to hold them accountable. And so this is just amazing. They're definitely showing their hands in monstrous proportions about how they're trying to control stuff. And this last little pandemic that we're all still in, and the state that I'm in is like one of the worst out here, is still crazy. I mean, so it's like, geez, it's amazing.
Fluid Pour, what do you think that this Reed now has come forward? And basically, I was reading a little bit more here, and I'll put it forward this way. She's refusing to go away. She's she lived a life of suppressing the truth, and she's vowed to not go away. So she's put in that report with the Washington police, it looks like, and they're actively, having to look into it. Now, again, it's 10 years less than what we went through with Kavanaugh. So do you think it's legit? Of course, Biden's campaign says here they've released a statement. They're denying her allegations, of course. I mean, typical of the
now, you guys, this could be the deep state sabotaging their own candidate. This is not typical actions. If they get to Kavanaugh and they pulled something up that happened 30, 40 years ago, and he had to get out his old school records from way back then, and thank God he kept them, then it's almost like we told you, Biden doesn't want to run, you guys. He's like, oh, I don't really want to run. We told you got a contract. Remember that ritual you did? Allegedly, back in the day. You said, oh, come on, guys. So it's like, it's how they sabotage their own, possibly.
Yes.
Well, I think Tara has a reason to go after him. If he assaulted her in any way, shape, or form, There should be 0 statute of limitations on a sexual crime. I don't know what they are. I've never looked them up myself, but she has a right to go after him. He violated her. He ruined her life, literally.
Yes. Well, and I think with Kavanaugh, it wasn't so much that if there's going to be a crime. It was just the fact of like, let's get to the bottom of it. And it's like the statutes have ran out, but this was more of for, do we want this type of person to be a judge? Or
the optics of it. He was him getting judged. The voting people to get him actually voted in. It was an optic. They were looking at the character of the man, not so much his accolades. And so it's like when this came up, this was destroying
police record or not. Do we want this person there? Basically, and
yes.
That's
just like they're saying, you know, Trump's Hitler.
To show you how,
a Hitler guy.
Yeah, go ahead, Woodman.
It just goes to show you, you know, that they're going to stop at no end at all. There's no, they won't stop at anything. You know, I mean, even if they have to pull Hollywood stunts on you, that's for real. They're trying anything and everything. They have to, because they're trying to get their norm back, which we do not want at all. The norm is the swamp. Out of here, man.
Out.
You know.
Yeah, out. Gone.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, you guys.
They'll stop at nothing. You know, even if they have to hang their own in the process, they don't care.
They think their seat and their power is over your rights and your freedoms, and it's just not.
Yes, eat their own, like Ben just said.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to. We'll be done with that one. I mean, that was a good little. We'll see where that unfolds. We'll put it that way. How about that?
And I mean, we here, we don't promote anything. If there has been a crime, yes, you know, I mean, but I would also say encourage when the crime does happen. I say go report it immediately. You have a better chance of actually getting things happen. That there's evidence there. There's a timeline. What little legality that we know here and have been advised on the team offline is that it is so hard to solve any crime of any sorts when there's been any amount of time that's passed alleged event or actual event. And that's where we everybody's subject to due process. And so this is where, like Mike was saying, you can't come from 30 years ago he touched me and it was inappropriate. Okay. 10 years ago, he assaulted me. See, this is where it gets, you have to question what's going on because, well, I didn't want to bring, he was a good man. Like, no, that doesn't fit the normal narrative. And so we always have to question. We're not questioning her or her validity, just like we didn't question Kavanaugh's accuser and her validity. However,
no,
we
some did,
looked
you know,
at what was being said.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Some take it to be that there was a whole game being played by the left then, and everyone knew it. And then what are the chances of him, you know, oh, by the way, I had records from when I was a kid and the things that I did daily. Let me get those from my dad. He kept them. It's like, shit, like that's good because you know that's rock solid as a judge. What would need to be like, well, do they have records from back then? Probably not. So it's based on this memory. They can't remember things, but it's like, oh, I have paperwork here, actually. It's and it's like, well, dang, you know, maybe you actually have a pencil from 1984 in case they do like testing on it. And it's like, oh, that is from the era. And, you know, all the things laying around. He went back to his childhood room, staring in his bedroom. He's like, now you guys didn't move anything in my room and stuff, right, Ma? No, yeah. He went right back to his closet, opened up a box. He knew he had pencils in there from 83.
It was a special number 2 pencil. He was all the way to the nub, and he's got an inch left. And
he comes out looking at the deep state like, yeah, you know, look what I got. You know, I got like a written record of things I did as a kid. Like, you know, what? Who had a itinerary with their parents back in 82 as a kid? I did. You know, it's like, no, you didn't. Judge. That's a lie. Oh, calling your own lies out. I mean, you know, this whole thing isn't true. And it's like, you know, calling the liar, you know, it's like when the person like steals from you and then they actually get caught, and then in court you're adding on things that didn't get stolen. They're like, I didn't steal that. Now I will admit that I took this and this, but I didn't get that. And you're kind of getting the double whammy. They're over there like, You know,
Yeah.
you know.
So
Yeah,
you
and
are a
my-
thief.
And my
Aha.
car was
Pile it
gone. You know, and then I did not steal the car. Yeah,
Hey,
or that's a
I
way to
tell you
cut.
what, a real good friend of mine. This is no kidding. Now, he's been working for. I'm not going to say. He's been working for this one company, and he kept a ledger, a daily ledger for each and every year what he'd done that particular day. That's no kidding. And one of these job sites he went to had a major failure, and had an explosion and all that stuff, right? And they start getting on him about, yeah, and he pulled that book out and he went, well, no, I don't think so. I wasn't there at the time. Wow, who keeps a record like that? Like you said, you learn in the military, man. If you're doing something like that, it's called CYA. Cover your booty. You know what I mean?
Isn't the old adage also, boys? If it's not on paper, it never happened.
Yeah, if you don't get video
That's
of
right.
it, then it happen now. It's a new term.
And
But
so
still.
we see people like Justice Kavanaugh keep records, and people don't keep records. Yes, there are people out there that keep daily journals ever since they were a child, and that's not something that's out of the norm. Just because like you don't do it as a person doesn't necessarily mean that other people don't. This is the same idea of how we look at these people. We think that these people worship the evil one and do very evil things to those around them for power and pure power, evil things. But again, this is what my own research has concluded, and I've talked to people like, well, I don't believe in all that. That's all that hogwash. I'm like, that's fine.
They used
The
to do
people
that.
who run this thing do.
Yes.
And that's where you have to understand that. And so it's always, and it's not, and we kind of have to make light of it because it's been around for 1,000, 2,000, God knows, how long this stuff has been around. So we're seeing it break apart. I mean, all of us here are seeing it break apart every day, and we're seeing, who is crumbling under the pressure.
Love it. I love it.
Of proclamations and strongly suggested ideas.
Yeah,
I mean,
love
shoot, we should strongly start suggesting that you look at the truth, and we could really put a spotlight on that. Oh, that's what we're doing, people.
Look at that headline I popped up.
Oh, shifty.
Pencil neck. Pencil
Oh,
neck.
get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Look at this, you guys. It could have been avoided.
All together.
Peach.
If we weren't so
He's the bad
busy
man.
trying to get to the bottom of his crimes, we might have had a better chance at fighting this thing.
Cry for the bad man.
I'm tired
Pencil
of
neck.
Tired of these
Pencil neck.
We
traitors.
may have already been wiped out as a country had she gotten in office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Amen to
Oh,
that, man.
Amen
man.
to that, brother.
Crazy.
Oh, hold on.
I mean, these people are really crazy, and it's hard because, if you question some of it, you have to logically and statistically question all of it. And when you start having that mindset, you start seeing things that don't fit the natural, earthly, normal. Not the illusion that they call normal, but we're talking, what God created. That's my normal.
Yeah.
And so this is why this is an interesting time to have all you guys here watching this right now, have the Oath of Four. I mean, some of the stuff we're going over, it's like, well, you're just reading articles. Yeah, that's true.
It was saying
so are
they
you.
detected copyright music, but I don't know what I was playing. I mean, the video, no. Maybe.
Do we have any?
Well, that video in the beginning, like the music I own, the words is all
yes,
mine. But
yes.
the I noticed the other day it came up with just visual content.
Oh, the visual copyright. Okay.
There was some visuals in there, but yeah, I have all these things over them. I'm talking over. It's been, it's one of them things you'd win no matter what. But no, it was just sitting there when I went to the main thing saying copyright content detected. Your video has been temporarily blocked. So I don't know if any of you had an issue in this live stream at all, or if you could maybe mention
let
it.
me go
or-
back to my other machine. And
No, I
we'll go
refreshed
back
it
up.
and that went away.
Oh,
We're back to
nice.
normal. I don't.
Sweet.
It's just
Wow.
they're really annoying.
very
So
annoying.
we
you
do
guys
need
having
to
mess
think about
with
another
that.
platform, you guys, but I'm pretty much, yeah. I mean, YouTube's done. They're a dying breed.
Well,
And
we
I can
know
say
it was.
that this is a free
Well,
Yeah.
I
world
mean,
and
as a
country. So
content creator,
YouTube
I
sucks.
think
Yeah.
YouTube does. Yeah, terrible.
They really do. They brought us together, so I'll never forget. As far as that, we decided to go here. Why did we decide to go here? Out of all the places, well, because it was on everyone's phone. I took it to be most of the people on YouTube were sleepers here because there was the most people here. So the most sleepers were probably here. Sleeping people. I mean, being by sheep. I don't use the word sheeple, but we could. Yeah, we might as well. Sheeple at the time, or
Yeah.
some of you were awake when you found us. Some of you are happy to admit you just woke up last week, and that's great. I'm just newly to this whole thing, and it all makes sense. We talk about bloodlines and antiquity. Some people find that hard to believe, but it's just crazy. My own research things have led me to believe, and I believe there's a certain bloodline that try to give to themselves and keep their lineage alive, and it's like the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and the Morgans, and then sometimes the names are changed. If you look into even Zuckerberg, I think he's relation to a Rockefeller of sort.
Yeah.
If you look at the lineage there, so it's always that. Oh wow! So he had this randomly this Rockefeller at Harvard. Well, he's not a Rockefeller anymore. His last name's Zuckerberg. Oh, because it was a female.
he's
involved
not
in
a
the
Vanderbilt. That's Cooper.
He's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
just
Look up
follow their
lineage.
past, follow their origin. That's follow the origin. If you know where they come from. Mike, you are dead on
I
that
agree
one,
with
buddy.
YouTube. They blocked this channel, demonetized this channel based on a broad statement of your content's disturbing. Well, I think you are right. I think the world's a disturbing place. I think it's wild that when I go through your made-up history books that I land on stories of these propped-up BS stories, and the same people then are the same people in power today. The last name, anyway. What the hell kind of coincidence is that? I mean,
Did you read the article about the real King of England and where he lives in Australia or New Zealand?
No, I missed
Very
that.
interesting. I mean, and that's the
Anyway.
thing. Though, we can always say this. We have had a platform, and YouTube has really opened up the eyes of really our Earth when it comes to getting out peer-to-peer content. Literally,
Yes, sir.
with no in-between grabbled, no in-between distortion. And what's happening now with we've seen this, and we've said this time and time again. The fake news corporations, they're dying like the newspapers are. They're having to go digital. And people like you guys watching right now are realizing, and have realized for years, that your news, the Northeast, West, and South, trying to get news around you, just what's going on. I hold more validity in the newsman, and he's wrong 50% of the time. But I trust him more than I trust a CNN guy, because at least I can do actual scientific litmus test when I walk outside. If he said it's going to rain, it's raining.
Bill
So
Gates
that's all we
is
do here.
Bill Gates is Zuckerberg's cousins with Snowden. Jeez.
I
I
mean, you
mean,
see
I
how this
don't
goes?
deny it. What else do we got? Let's go ahead and cut this one over.
So,
I said 45 minutes or so. We don't have to go the full hour today because of time restrictions. We got started a little late. We had some testing. Real quick on the fly, what do you guys think? Show wise, did we have a pretty good one today? Was it good overall on
dude,
better than
100%,
Oh, yeah.
brother. Mine's totally
yeah.
done. All
Yes,
my
sir.
issues,
echoes or
glitches,
anything,
everything.
or
No
modem is
echoes. It was
least
crystal
amount?
clear, Lima Charlie.
Well, there should be a little because I say no, you
I
guys.
didn't-
There's
I
not.
didn't-
There should be. I want echo. Where's it at?
No. Remember,
Hold on, let me
Mike,
give you echo. You want echo? I'll give you echo.
You know, I'll give it to you. No, it's so subtle in the background, and it's so incredibly quiet that it doesn't interrupt in any way, shape, or form our conversation or the flow. And all you guys out there, I mean, sounds good. 5 of 5, number one. Oh, of course, mods. We can agree with you. We have the number one voted mods on YouTube,
Oh, yeah.
on this channel.
Without a doubt.
This channel's
Yeah,
been voted the #1 truth channel out there in the world. Been voted, guys. It's been voted #1. So we're just trying to go along with the standard that we've been set to.
Yep.
Greg, how about you? What do you think, buddy?
It was a great show, man. I think it was awesome.
I hear a little bit of echo right now, and it's only when I turn on Woodman's channel.
Wow.
But
I hear no echo.
all
I
right.
hear no echo. Blame Charlie
Ben.
the whole time.
No, it was just a little bit.
Must be
but-
these cheap headphones.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
could be mine also. I don't know. You know,
Yeah, it's most likely Woodman.
Mickey Mouse stuff.
We'll just land on Woodman. Eeny, meeny, miny, Woodman. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's you.
Well,
I'm
you
not
know,
joking.
give the old man a bunch of toy stuff.
They
let him play with it.
that's you guys probably wouldn't get the echo. It would only be our feedback a little bit. That's what we're dealing with. It's never
Yeah, it's
really
an
been on
internal
your
thing.
side. Yes,
Yeah,
we're
all
down
you guys
to.
watching right now.
You're like, well, we watch channels that do have echo or some issues. Yeah, we've gotten those ones worked out for you. Now we're dialing it in for our own. And between equipment wise, what we all have over the 4 computer wise, that's equipment. When we talk equipment, then we talk about microphones. Then we talk about
Those guys are the tech guys right there. Those are the tech guys right there.
so.
Yeah, boy.
All right, let's do our famous
Shout
All
out.
right.
shout out.
Where you come from? Where do you go?
Patriot Shout
you picking
Fest.
cotton? Hey, Joe.
I love it. I love it.
A little bit of that.
Play.
It's in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Jenna Brulin, Face, what's up? All of our mods, awesome. Ohio, Dresden, what up? Good day, fellas. What's
The
going
echo
on?
is in Woodman's
Texas.
beard.
United
The
States,
echo is from
Mexico,
Woodman's beard. I
Yeah.
like
Beard.
that.
Belfast.
Sultry, South Kakalaki.
Las Vegas,
Belfast, there you
baby.
go.
Pensy,
Arizona.
Florida. Phoenix, Arizona.
Jersey.
Florida.
Kansas,
Florida.
NorCal.
Oregon.
Hello, Mike Ben and the
Florida.
Woodman and the Greg.
Kentucky.
46
Yeah,
517.
Belgium, what's up?
Iowa,
Texas,
Florida,
England,
Nevada.
Illinois,
England.
Canada,
Illinois.
Alabama.
Florida,
Ohio,
Hollywood.
Nevada,
Texas.
Florida, New Jersey Shore,
Louisiana.
Dollywood, no sound.
Virginia. Oregon.
Ohio,
Medford, Oregon.
Wales,
Ohio.
Texas,
Do we have sound?
Virginia. Tennessee.
Virginia.
Las Vegas.
Puerto Rico.
Woodman's beard.
Venus.
The best.
Yeah.
Penna. Cincy,
Oh,
Children's
New
Hospital.
York in the
Awesome,
house.
Natalie.
Sweden,
All right.
Famous
I love this
Potato,
part too,
Oregon,
Face.
Medina, New York. I love this part. Me
Carson
too.
City.
I love it too. This is where
Kentucky,
All right.
Northern New York.
kicking butt.
EU Titanic.
Michigan.
Louisiana.
We
Florida.
have sound. We have sound.
Planet Earth.
LOL,
UK.
Michigan, Louisiana, Florida,
Florida.
Pennsylvania,
Wyoming.
Earth.
Wow.
Coming, checking in
Mars.
from planet Earth.
Golden, Colorado.
Wiltshire, Florida, Wyoming,
In
Mars.
Texas,
I love
yo,
it.
man. What's up?
Golden, Colorado.
Oklahoma.
Old Hood.
Wow, mine frozen and won't
Fort Wayne
refresh.
for 8 years. All right.
Hold on.
New York.
Orange.
Keep the fight up, you
North
guys.
Ireland.
Sunny
Salt Lake
Zona.
City,
Finger
Utah.
Tennessee.
Northern Ireland.
What up?
Steel-eyed one.
Let me
Texas.
see
Ozark.
something. Hold on.
Salt Lake
Spain, what up?
Alright.
Justin Evil.
Northern Maine.
Caddy,
Ozark.
Texas, nice.
All right.
South Carolina, Texas.
We don't have any issue.
Gainesville.
Michigan.
All right, we're good.
Venus.
Mhm.
California.
North
Australia.
Kakalaki.
Michigan,
Uh,
Flat Earth.
Wow, everyone on panel talking.
Syracuse, New York, Houston. God, thank you.
Shout out if you want to get to
Michigan Flat Earth.
Odessa, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Houston, Wall of
Get your
Sound.
name out there. Get your name out there.
Get your name out there. I'll talk
Milky
a lot.
Way.
Milky Way.
Two
Arkansas.
Mountains of Vail.
Colorado, New Hampshire,
420.
Like
Funny. You got it like that.
San Diego.
Texas, Kentucky,
Texas.
Skilled Eyed, I see you. North Island.
Ohio.
Bonham, Texas. Acme, Washington. Waynesville, Ohio.
Titanic.
Bonham, Texas.
Bonham,
You.
Robbie in North
Robbie in
Kakalaki.
North
Carolina.
Space Station.
Kelly Cruz, QSA. That's right. Where we go, when we go all. Clovis, New
Oh, yeah.
Mexico, Arizona, People's Republic of
People's
Delaware,
Trump 2020.
Mexico,
Virginia,
New Mexico,
New
New
York,
York, Santa Barbara.
Oregon.
Out
Cleveland.
of heaven.
UFOs are real, man.
New
Real
Melinda,
man.
California here.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore.
Arkansas. Oh,
Mer.
we're doing something
Spain.
for 4th of July this year.
We love Kusher in Spain.
Spain.
Kusher.
Montana,
Ready.
Helena.
Pelosis diapers.
Police, yeah.
For witness protection.
You keep that away from here, man.
2020 veteran
Rock
of
and roll,
Pennsylvania. Thanks for
Doctor
your
on the
service.
air, baby.
South
This
Cali,
is
Freaking
Johnny
happening.
Fever.
SoCal,
New
North
world selection.
Kakalaki, the Smoky Mountains, Illinois,
Arizona.
Cordova,
Gloria's in the house.
Salina, Kansas, Denver,
Kansas.
Colorado, Maryland,
Denver, Colorado, Maryland, Colorado
Florida.
Springs,
Great wine,
And
Naples, Florida, Pittsburgh,
PA,
Trump,
what up?
From the swamp. Ooh,
Moonshine,
funny guy.
Kentucky.
Michael,
Oh,
the
you
video
guys
with the
are
funny
awesome.
guy. Yeah. That got taken down. That got banned worldwide.
Because
Worldwide.
of evil, they
They're-
said that is
UK.
happening.
Yeah,
Banned.
they love us. Mike is a bad egg.
They're really taking.
You're
They're
a bad egg.
They're taking the fun out of life. That's all YouTube's really doing to me anymore. It's really sad.
time to create a new platform for freedom of speech.
No, I agree
And then
with you guys.
YouTube's
You know,
not going to
here's
be
the
allowed
thing.
on my stuff, man. You know, when we get our own, it's like, no. You know, I see YouTube.
Build it.
You know,
Well, our
Cooper,
next big
no.
push, you guys, and I'll give a shout out, is the Patriot Fest. So we got some things coming up. There is a network we've been working on that we're thinking about going a whole separate way. That's in the future. We're giving you guys a little taste of what our future goal and plans are. However, our immediate plans at hand is the Patriot Fest coming up this 14th and 15th of August. It's going to be a flag retirement ceremony here at our local Legion, where Mike introduced Woodman to me. It's a great Legion. I believe Woodman's a sergeant at arms, so he'll be doing some of the ceremony with the flag retirement. The American Riders are going to be there. It is going to be an amazing time. It's free to the public. There's going to be a special musical guest. JT Wild's going to be there performing what some of us know as the Where We Go One, Where We Go All song. There's going to be people camping out. I'm going to be camping out there. I'm going to have my mandolin, guitar, get fiddle, the whole nine. So we'll be definitely making music. There's going to be fun times. It's family friendly, so it's going to be awesome. I know everyone here you see today is going to be there.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This would be
You know,
Thank you,
Greg's
Grillin, for throwing
second
that out,
year.
brother.
My second year, but the first day.
Yeah,
Yes,
gonna be
sir.
fun,
second
man.
year there,
Yeah.
first annual for ours, possibly. We can't really call it annual until after the first one, and then it's going on the second one.
We'll call it
Right.
annual when we're there.
But we're letting you
We're all
know
there.
that that's a subliminal message to let you know that we plan on doing it.
We're doing it. It's
See?
so overt. It's covert.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's so overt, it's covert, and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
so
It's gonna be a good time.
Got a
Great time.
question reeling down there. What does 5x5 mean?
somebody wanna.
Well, you know
Or
what?
should we
That'd
let
be a
them
great
research
research
that?
topic.
That'd be a
for
great
you to
little
get into.
research
And
prop
Next time you
to
come
get
in
for
and we
you.
ask what the quality is, and you say 5 of 5, you'll know exactly what you're saying in the chat. There's your little droppings, y'all. If you don't know what 5 of 5 is, do a little bit of research today.
Do some of that research.
Sure.
Someone else has searched out. You research their search. Oh yeah.
Search first, research later.
No more spoon-fed stuff. No more.
Amen to that,
no more.
Woodman. Come on now.
No more. No more. No more. Oh yeah,
I
we're
love it.
going
Oh,
to
that's
go
nice,
all.
Greg.
Great, Greg. Oh yeah.
A little
Yeah, no, it
slow
was a great
stand
show.
up, man. Sore back.
I always love these morning block hours. I need to start. The only thing
Yeah,
new I
man.
could start doing. We just made some other huge improvements, what do you call it? You know,
Oh,
something. Let me
production
try
levels
something,
going
guys, because
up
by the next
so
show we're gonna
well,
have
guys.
something even extra special.
It's
So-
gonna be great.
We're getting ready to go. How do I put it? One would put real
Next level.
real
up.
next level-ish, credibility-ish.
You know what? We're gonna do some Mario. We're gonna do some one up in it, and
Credibility.
we're gonna,
Credibility's coming. No, just the next
for all
level,
of us,
folks.
when the hammer falls, yes, we are all going to be validated, and credibility is coming, y'all. I think that's going to be a new.
You get the cameraman.
Get the cameraman.
Somebody's thinking.
I don't
Say
know.
bye
Bigger
bye
than
to
me.
Fox, bye bye to CNN, bye
Yeah.
bye to
We are the news
MSNBC.
now. No, we're
Lemmy,
just
I agree.
thinking.
We are the digital soldiers.
Yes.
No truth, no morals in those stations. Lame stream.
Before we get cameraman and techies,
An engineer
and
woman or whatever, you know.
would I like, would I like catering in my driveway? Yes. But it ain't gonna happen.
I need an army of interns that will work for me for slavish wage of donuts and coffee and work for hours on end.
Would I like the greasy spoon in my driveway? Yes.
Toast here
probably
3
not gonna
times a
happen.
day.
Not me. I prefer the taco truck.
Yeah.
It is
Bill,
Taco.
Bill,
It
Taco
is Taco
stand.
Tuesday. I mean,
It is Taco Tuesday.
Ooh,
somewhere.
yeah.
Today that could be that.
all right.
And I think
You
I
guys
had
are the greatest.
enchiladas tonight for dinner.
We'll see you guys back
Yeah.
here tomorrow morning, possibly. Tomorrow is a live call-in show, so we don't want to miss that. That's our next little.
No, it's gonna be
Test.
awesome little nugget of good information R&D.
All right, I'm going to end this one quick, you guys, so stick by because we'll do some post garage talkie real fast just before we all check out. So just let me play this 10-second clip here, and we'll call it out, and we'll talk for 2 seconds.
Pleasure, gentlemen. Those of you watching, God bless you and your families, and keep up the fight. And
Full armor
research Power
God.
5.
Full
Pray for
armor
each
God.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll go ahead and say it now. We'll try to do 9:30 kickoff, folks. No later than 10, but we're going to shoot for 9:30 to make that real pleasurable. So,
Keep your
All right,
calls
fellas.
short so we can get a whole bunch of you guys.
yes,
Great.
they can still hear you. Yeah. All right, guys. So I'll see you.
We look for strength.
See you guys tomorrow.
God bless. Yes.
God bless. Hold the Patriots.
Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can